Oh, look at that. In front of a beige wall once again. Welcome back to After the Hype, the show where we talk about media after the hype or hate dies down. It has been almost a year since I've done one of these. Why? I don't fucking know. I have no idea why, which is hilarious because this is supposed to be the show that I do in between video essays. And I made one. It was about free rent. People liked it, and I just stopped doing it. Just stopped. Do I have a reason? No. Do I wish I had a reason? Yes. But I don't. Ah, shit. Damn it. How do you do things on camera again? I gotta be the worst internet entertainer guy possible because I just straight up don't make things that people want to watch. Anyways, since it's been a year, we're gonna do a triple dipper today. 3 reviews, 10 minutes or less. I hope, at least, because I need to get this up today or tomorrow, and it's already Friday. So let's begin. Had to get a beverage. 0 sugar. Oh shit, I got soda on the mic. No. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Check it out now. Yeah, check it out, yo. Yo, check it out now. Third strike, yo. Yo, I know.
Sakamoto Days was pretty good. It's one of the most bingeable animes that I've watched recently, and that is a good thing. I would know this because I got through all of part 2, that's 11 episodes straight through an afternoon, and then was still disappointed that it was over. Sakamoto Days is a parody action anime that pokes fun mostly at 80s and 90s action anime. You know, back when 14-year-olds could be 30, and I think as both an anime that's poking fun at the genre while also clearly having an appreciation for it, I think it does both of those pretty well. It has a pretty good balance of both parody and action. Also really like the color palette and music that they use for this show. It's very bright, which then when like more serious shit happens and it gets super dark, it's like a more stark contrast between the two. But the overall tone of the series is pretty light. Now, there have been some naysayers. There were some people that, when the series originally came out, were saying that the animation is bad, and I gotta say, I vehemently disagree. I think most of the complaints are coming from people that just aren't used to Studio TMS's art style. They're not really used to the way that TMS animates fights and like what their philosophy with animation is. That's mostly because TMS as a studio is kind of underrated. Like, they worked on Megalobox, they worked on Blue Box, they worked on some Lupin the Third stuff, and their most popular series outside of Sakamoto Days right now is Dr. Stone. And I already know y'all niggas ain't watching that. Not enough niggas are watching Dr. Stone. Please watch Dr. Stone. But Sakamoto Days is like the first very like mainstream, I guess, anime that has gotten pretty popular. Megalobox and Dr. Stone, they're popular, but they're popular amongst people that already like anime and manga. Sakamoto Days is like the very first one to be appealing to kind of everybody in like a post JJK season 2 world. So I guess a lot of people I think aren't familiar with the way that they animate fights. They have a different philosophy when compared to like Mappa and Toei. Because there is many ways to animate a fight scene. Like, you can animate a fight scene in a number of ways. You can film a fight scene in real life in a number of ways. But most studios in both film and animation are trying to have a balance between 2 things, or at least 2 things that I can obviously see. And that is, they're trying to strike a balance between flow and impact. Some studios, like Mappa and studios that animate for Toei, they emphasize flow. They go off model. They stretch people's bodies. They're the fucking cubes. You know the ones, the cubes, the lights. They're trying to move shit as fast as possible because they want niggas bobbing and weaving cursed techniques and shit. Then you also have studios that can kind of find a balance between the two, like UFO Table, which is my favorite studio, which has a very good balance between both flow and impact. You'll notice, if you watch stuff like Demon Slayer or Fate or any of the other things that they worked on, that they tend to slow down their fight scenes halfway through and then speed them back up. But when they speed them back up, the models that they're using usually aren't there. They don't go off model as much as Mappa and Toei do. They tend to stay on model most of the time, but they'll like speed up a fight, turn a nigga into like flashes of light, zoom back in, actually show you the forms, and then zoom back out again. I love UFO Table, man. Now, Studio TMS, their whole thing is impact. A lot of their fights are slower. They frame them slower so then they can actually emphasize the impact. And they do this by really folding in their animation and their sound design. TMS really likes emphasizing impact. When the nigga gets hit with a fridge, They're trying to make you feel like you got hit with a fridge. When a nigga gets throat checked with a ladder, they're trying to make you feel the hit of that ladder. That's what they like focusing on. They stay on model and they focus on impact. That is like the two things they do. When Senku makes a tank and Dr. Stone and shoots it at a cave, they want you to feel the explosion and the impact of the shell that he shot at the cave. That's their whole deal. And that doesn't mean that TMS can't do flow. In fact, part 2 of Sakamoto Days does have some pretty fast-paced fights. But their main thing is impact. They like focusing on impact. And I think a lot of people just aren't privy to that. They don't like a lot of people are coming in from JJK and like Solo Leveling. Like these are the animes they got introduced to. And now they're getting exposed to another studio that animates fights differently than those two studios. And they're like, I guess the whole series is fucking trash. A different animation philosophy. You can not like it. That's completely fine. But to call it bad animation, that is just criminally incorrect. That is an atrocious take. I've seen bad animation. I grew up in Naruto. Naruto had bad animation most of the time. That's bad animation. Standing around throwing one shuriken at Zabuza, he jumps one time, and then zooming in on Sakura and Naruto's faces for 20 seconds, and then zooming back out, and then just moving a PNG across the screen. That's bad animation, nigga. That's bad animation. It's not like they wanted it to be bad. It's just that they were filming week to week. But no, Sakamoto Days doesn't have bad animation. It's pretty good. And once you get to part 2, especially, part 2 just has better fights than part 1. I was like, we're gonna be straight. We are fine. Takamura versus Gaku, we're straight, dude. We will be fine. We're fine. We will be fine. It's fine. And I think having TMS do it also helps with the comedy of the show, because again, this series is a parody. I understand that it goes into more serious things later, but it's still a parody. That's not to say it wouldn't be cool to see like UFO Table or Mappa do a fight from the series, but I think TMS is actually a really good pick for Sakamoto Days because the way they film fights still keeps the tone light. Like Sakamoto Days is a parody, comedy, action anime. That is what it is. It's not what it is. I understand it gets more serious later in the manga because I read the manga, but it's also a manga with the tunneling effect in it. What's the tunneling effect? You'll find out. You will find out sooner than later, actually. It's supposed to still kind of be lighthearted because it's a parody. It's still supposed to be funny because it's a parody, like it's slapstick. What's the most important part of slapstick? The impact, the slap, nigga. That's the most important part. So I think using TMS allows them to both have the impactful fights and also still have a studio that can actually emphasize the comedy. Man, it's not bad animation. It's good. It lived up to the hype. It's good. Gachiakuta, man. Gachiakuta, that shit might be one of them ones, bro. It's got the makings of a top 5 shonen of all time. Easily. Like, easily. I'm getting mad Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood vibes from this series. Not because of, like, that they're similar, but because the writing, at least so far, from what I've seen, is so tight. Everything about this seems just so refined. Like this story was worked on 7 years ago and people are finally just seeing the results of that process. Like the world, interesting as shit. They're introducing concepts at a pace that keeps you wanting to solve the mystery. They're leaving clues everywhere. The character designs, the music, the animation, the themes, even though a little on the nose, fire. I love shows that hate rich people. It is literally just broke niggas versus billionaires. I love that shit. The black people, an extra 3 points for their designs alone. She was not bullshitting when she drew those designs. Like, she was not bullshitting at all. They look amazing. I'm telling you, dude, this has the makings of a top 5 shonen of all time. If it stays this consistent and the ending is good, what more is there to say? What more is there to say? I think this might be the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood of the 2020s. I know it's a little early to say that. There's only 11 episodes. 11 episodes out? 12. 11 or 12, one of the two. But like, dude, it's really hitting like that for me, man. It's really hitting. I love all the characters. I love their writing. Everyone just seems so real, even though the world is like ridiculous. Everybody seems so real and like grounded. It's fucking amazing. Gachiakuta is like if Shaman King and Monster Hunter had a baby and then threw that baby in a dumpster, but the dumpster led to Grouchland and the baby just survived with Oscar the Grouch in them. You know what I'm saying? Like that is what the show is, and it's amazing. It's fucking phenomenal. Of course this shit lived up to that. It is fucking phenomenal. I don't even have like any real criticisms. Like Sakamoto Days is good, but there's moments of weakness. Some people have argued that while it's poking fun at shonen tropes, it's not really doing anything to change away from the shonen tropes. And I could see that. But this shit's just a show to me. Like this ain't anime at all. This could be a live action thing and it would still just be as good. Like that is how good the writing in this shit is. This is, I don't know, man. It might be too early to say potential top 5, but I think it is. You should absolutely watch this. This lived up to the hype easily. You should have known once the black people were designed well. What anime has like actually good designed black people and is trash? That doesn't exist. What about Fire Force? Fire Force is great if you can like ignore the goon. All I'm saying is Okubo wasn't lying when he said, hey, K Rana, she next up. She's next up. Okubo was not fucking lying. He said she's cooking right now. Watch out for her, because she about to take over the scene. No lies told. Cooking, dude, understatement. This is like Michelin meals that we're getting right now with Gachiakuta. This shit is fire. I watched K-Pop Demon Hunters, and halfway through the movie, I did the black thing, you know, when you start snapping, and I went, oh, this is just Hi Puffy Yumi, but a movie, and with Koreans, and they're a fake band, instead of being a cartoon based on Puffy Yumi, which was a real band that made the Teen Titans opening in the early 2000s, which is why they had a 10-year run in the United States, and had a shit ton of video games and toys and a cartoon that went on for 3 seasons. And then I realized again, I went, oh, I don't think I'm in the demographic for this. It was animated well. The music was good if you like K-pop. It is K-Pop Demon Hunters. They told you exactly what you were getting into as soon as you turn the movie on. Some people were talking about it was Beyond the Spider-Verse, but for K-pop. Whoa, let's wait a second. Because Beyond the Spider-Verse has been in my hippocampus repeating itself for 2 years straight at this point. So I had to check it out. And it's not bad. I won't say it didn't live up to the hype, because clearly for a lot of people it did. For me personally, I just don't think I'm in the demographic for that. It was acted well. Clearly a lot of passion put into it. They weren't bullshitting. like it's not a bad movie. I'm just not in the demographic. Only K-pop that I listen to is Yukika and Red Velvet sometimes. And Yukika is Japanese. And she doesn't make music anymore because she had a kid. I guess it didn't live up to the hype. That feels a little too disrespectful for a movie of this quality. I don't know, are we going with the contrarian opinion? Honestly, that's one where I would say just form your own opinion on it. Like, you don't need me for that. You don't need me for that. Just go watch it. Is that it? Is that where the video's ending? Have I seen anything else? Oh, no shit. I watched the Demon Slayer movie. That happened. Demon Slayer movie is really good. You're gonna get exactly what you expect. Have you watched an episode of Demon Slayer? Have you seen a previous Demon Slayer movie? It's that, but longer, and with even more action in it. Some of the best fights I've ever seen on screen. Again, That it's why UFO Table is one of my favorite studios. Like, they just have that perfect balance between flow and impact, dude. I just haven't seen another studio replicate it. Like, it's really, really fucking good. The story, it's shonen. I had a great time. I watched it with my younger brother and a bunch of our friends. So it was a good time. It was fucking hype, dude. Like, that was just raw hype straight into my veins. And then Bud Crawford won the same day. He whooped Canelo the same day. That was an amazing weekend. It was an amazing weekend. That shit in general lived up to the hype. Throw both of them in there. Bud Crawford lived up to the hype. Fucking Demon Slayer lived up to the hype. Throw it all in there. Throw it all in. Thank you for watching. I hope the audio wasn't shit. I'm still trying out a new way to record videos to where hopefully it'll be faster. Basically, I'm trying to go directly through my phone, use my phone as the DAC instead of having a separate DAC or recording on my laptop. We'll see how it goes. I had to learn a whole new software in order to pull that off. I did it in the Indica video and y'all seem to like that one. So this might be how we do it for the next 2 months, because I think that's how much time is left on the timer if I actually get this out on time. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. What did you think? Did I live up to the hype? Did any of these things live up to the hype for you? Do you have any suggestions for up after the hype? What else? Coffee. That's if you want to help me get paid, because I don't make money on my videos because I use copyrighted music. I've made a total of like $10 on YouTube, and that is because one of you, Juneberry Saint, shout out to you, is also a YouTube member. So there's that. Coffee, YouTube memberships, watch the previous episodes of After the Hype. Watch all the videos that we've done for Half His Asses so far. It's been an actual year. I just wanted to acknowledge that. It's been basically a year since we started that. We have an extra 2 months because I missed a bunch of weeks, but it has been a year since we started that. So it's almost over, dude. There's only so much time. There's only so much time left to say that you've been here, to say that you participated, to say that you saw this. I'm not deleting the channel. It's just, if you want to be a part of a very unknown part of YouTube history, you're going to have to lock in within the next 2 months, buddy. You got a lot of catching up to do. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Oh gosh, I need to get this shit out on time. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're going to see. Also notice, look how much the guts reserve. We getting that weight off, nigga. Getting that weight off, nigga.